Hey everybody, it's Grunt Reviews. We are back with something new, something fun. I'm continuing my series on the Desert Tech platforms. This thing finally came in complete, the chassis and the barrel system. Guys, today we're going to do a tabletop and we're going to take a look at the Desert Tech SRS M2. Guys, as always, go down below, like, subscribe, drop a comment with any thoughts you may have, share us with your friends, and as always, I've got my Buy Me a Coffee link in the description, and let's get into it. All right, guys, this is one I have been excited about for a while. This has been almost a year in the making, but I finally got it. Actually placed the order for this right after they announced the M2 at their, I'm gonna call it their virtual SHOT Show. But guys, this is the Desert Tech SRS M2. SRS, or Stealth Recon Scout. The M2 version is a continuation or another option in the SRS line. So they had the original version, they have the A2 version, and this is the M2 version. Biggest thing with this is a monolithic rail down the top. This is a Nikon, I believe an FX1000 I had laying around. But depending on the optic that you're using, that monolithic rail allows you to add a thermal, night vision, or anything like that in front of the optics platform of your choice, which is always nice, especially if you're doing hog hunting or anything like that, nighttime activities. Overall, really do like the platform, like the concept, like the rifle. So Desert Tech always does have great ideas. Their execution is not always perfect, but they have been evolving. So like I said, they came out with the A2 and they came out with the M2. So starting at the tail and working our way forward, you of course do get the backing plate on this, and this is how you do interchange your calibers. It's how you remove the bolt. Literally just a switch here at the bottom. If I can get my finger on it. And slides out of place. It does come with 2 additional adapters as well too, so you can change your length of pull. When I go back to execution, butt plate comes off relatively easily. The second plate comes off with a little bit more difficulty. You have to fight it just a little bit. The third plate, when I actually went to insert the bolt, you just about have to tap it with a mallet. I'm going to say that's probably a little bit of quality control, maybe just a little bit more plastic that needed to be shaved off in the mold there. Once again, not a huge deal, but when you're talking almost a $5,000 rifle, between the chassis and the barrel kit, shipping, tax, all that good stuff, you have kind of certain expectations, if you will. So as we work our way forward, we do have a couple of QD sling mounts, and this is another one. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. A little bit disappointing. There's a little bit of rust in there out of the box. Now, once again, it's not a huge deal, but on that same token, the $5,000 plus rifle, you kind of expect stuff like that to get looked at in advance. I can live with it though. So obviously, with the bolt system here, and I will flip this around. There we go. With the bolt system, this is interchangeable, so you can use, and I know I'm going to miss 1 or 2 of them, but 6 Creedmoor, 6.5 Creedmoor, I believe 300 Win Mag, 338 Lapua, 308, want to say 7mm .8. And then the other part of this is you can also buy barrel blanks from them and use your own Wildcat calibers, if you will. So it does give you a lot of room for expansion. Overall, out of the box, the bolt is very easy to use. It is a cock on open bolt setup. Does run very smoothly out of the box. I have not put any oil, lubrication, or anything like that on it, so definitely points there. Does feel quality. The magazines, this is an ambi mag release, so there is one on the left-hand side of the gun as well as one on the right-hand side. Flipping this, we'll go on our side here. Does have an adjustable cheek riser, and if I remember correctly, everything on this is a 4mm Allen head pretty much. But the side screws, and I'd have to double check, but the screws that actually mount the barrel in and the barrel locking screw all use the same screw. You can actually use their same torque wrench with it. So it is nice that you don't have to bring out an entire set of Allen keys with you to do anything to the rifle. If I'm off on the Allen key size, guys, somebody go down below and drop that in there, or I'll probably put some text in the video up above for clarification. The other nice thing is you do get a quick adjust bipod with this. So simple pull down and the bipod auto extends, and then you do have the screw adjustment there to move it up or down to the position of your choice. So is a very nice and well thought out feature. Like I said, Desert Tech always has great ideas. Little bit of wiggle to it. Would be nice if the threads were just a little bit tighter, a little bit more precise. That's a little bit nitpicky, but I go back to my $5,000 rifle point there. But it is nice that they do include the bipod with it. One, there's no pick rail back here or anything like that because of the plates. So you couldn't add and I say bipod, you couldn't add a monopod to it, even if you wanted to. So it is nice that they include it. Does save you some money. Working our way forward, very nice molded grip. If you like the fatter grips, it is definitely got some heft to it. Personal preference, I like a little bit more of a vertical grip on a precision rifle, something like Christensen does with theirs. However, this is definitely very usable, both from a shouldered position as well as from a prone position. And it is molded into, obviously, into the chassis itself. The trigger, this is where bullpups traditionally have always sucked. Bullpup triggers tend to just be absolutely terrible. This is where Desert Tech had fantastic execution. Double check it one more time to make sure there's no ammo in it. So this trigger is possibly the best bullpup trigger I have ever felt, period, hands down, full stop. You are on the trigger. There is almost no take up. I mean, it's probably a 1/4 millimeter. And whoops, I always forget these aren't semi-auto. Almost no take up. You are on it. Press. And one more time. So you're not dealing with any creep whatsoever. You're not dealing with any of that stacking feeling. It really does break like a glass rod. Trigger is absolutely fantastic. All the points to Desert Tech for that one. As always, I've got my handy dandy Lyman digital trigger gauge, and we are going to see what this trigger weighs out at. And, whoops. Yep, went a little premature on that one. All right. All right, first pull, 2 pounds, 3.7 ounces. Second pull, we'll get down nice and low here. 2 pounds, 9.2 ounces. And last one, 2 pounds, 7.4 ounces. So is definitely a sub 3 pound trigger. The overall feel of this trigger is, it really is incredible. The fact that there is no take up, there's no over travel, there's no stacking, there's no grittiness to it, really does make it feel incredibly lightweight. So like I said, and I will say it again, fantastic execution by Desert Tech on the trigger on this thing. As we work our way forward, we get into another very well thought out idea and well thought out execution. So on the forward rail, obviously we have our QD sling mounts, and those are on both sides. We have plenty of M-lock space down the sides and at that 45-degree offset. What's really nice about this is they do give you the ARCA rail built right into it. So as ARCA has become more and more common in the precision shooting world, a lot of guys are going to that and they're either bolting something to it. Obviously they're becoming more and more common where you can buy a rail system or a chassis with it, and Desert Tech went ahead and gave that to you on the rifle from the factory. So excellent job, excellent execution there. Obviously we do have some M-lock on the bottom. All I had was handy I should say, was my Atlas bipod with the standard pick. So I threw a rail section on there through the M-lock. I do have the adapter for the Atlas bipod that will mount to this ARCA rail. And if you're not familiar with the ARCA stuff, makes it very, very easy to make rapid adjustments on the fly. So with this, obviously you'd have to flip the lever, line it back up, put it in. If you wanted to go even further back, you'd have to unmount the M-lock, move the pick rail, or have one giant pick rail on the bottom. That's more weight, kind of a pain, and doesn't necessarily look all too fantastic there. So it's nice that that ARCA rail allows you to do all of that in one nice looking platform. You spent $5,000 on your rifle, you do want it to look good, but also it gives you that rapid adjustability. So like I said, very, very cool that they included that in the rifle from the factory. Slide this back. So this particular model, like I said, is the 338. Does come with a fluted barrel. This particular kit is the 26-inch barrel, and then it is threaded for the suppressor of your choice on the factory muzzle device. I believe they are selling they have a titanium 338 suppressor that they are selling, and then I believe you can get adapters to put something like a harvester or another larger bore suppressor. Future video as a preview, we are going to be trying to get the adapters to put the new primal suppressor on here as well to try that out. But overall, very, very nice. Back to some of the nitpicky stuff. The one thing that really kind of annoyed me with this, and we're gonna zoom in here and kind of take a close look. But if you look very closely there, you can see the stress line from the over tightening of it. And this was done from the factory. This is not a user type item. Now, once again, does it affect the function of it? No. $5,000 rifle, you kind of expect things not to be over tightened, and especially from a company that sells you a $125 torque wrench to put your barrel in. Kind of would have liked to see the quality control improved a little bit. Nothing I'm going to return it over, but something, if anybody from Desert Tech is watching, might want to have your guys in the factory take a little closer look there. But overall, final tabletop thoughts. Very excited to get this thing out to the range. Really see how it performs. Really see what it is capable of. Got 338s a little hard to find, so I've got a couple different ammos. We're going to try those out, see if we really do get that half MOA that they are guaranteeing. But overall, I'm excited, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully this gives you a little bit better look of the M2. I know there's a lot of A2 videos, not a ton of M2, so wanted to give you that initial glance. Guys, as always, I do appreciate your time watching this. Stay safe, train hard.